Welcome everyone to the year-end championships of the ATP Tour. First evening of play here at the 2003 Tennis Masters Cup. We're at the Westside Tennis Club in Houston, Texas. And what a way to start things off. Roger Federer, the Wimbledon champ, against the Australian Open champ, Andre Agassi. Hey everybody, Patrick McEnroe here alongside Mary Carrillo. We're at this beautiful new stadium here, built specifically for this event here at the Westside Tennis Club. Yeah, and of course so much at stake, Mary. In addition to this event itself, the #1 ranking on the line this week.
It's been an unbelievable year in men's tennis. I mean, from the very start, when Andre Agassi, won the Australian Open, the veteran, and then 3 new guys winning. Juan Carlos Ferrero taking the French, Roger Federer playing a brilliant last couple of matches to win Wimbledon, and Andy Roddick pretty much dominating ever since. That's why he's got that nice-looking lead in the #1 spot. But Juan Carlos Ferrero and Roger Federer, though old Roger's isn't looking too good. It's some cruel math he's facing to try to end this year at #1. It can happen, Patrick, but I really don't expect it.
The bottom line, Mary, is that Andy Roddick in the driver's seat. He's got a slight lead. Juan Carlos Ferrero is just behind him, but he's got to do better than Andy Roddick. And for Roger Federer, well, a lot of things have to happen for him to become #1, to finish #1, including going undefeated. And to do that, he's going to have to beat a guy that he's never beaten before, and that's Andre Agassi. And it's just been another phenomenal year for Andre.
Well, it really has, although he's really taken off the last 2 months, hasn't he? He hasn't played a match since he lost in the semis of the U.S. Open. He's taken off these weeks and done very well with them. Once again, he raised an incredible amount of money, almost $13 million for his foundation, and beyond that, he had his second child. He and Steffi Graf welcomed their baby daughter into the world only a month ago. He hasn't played a lot of tennis, and Roger Federer, to my mind, is playing tired tennis. I mean, this guy has played so much. He's been playing well all year round, but I think he's gotten really tired in this indoor season. Now he comes out and has to switch surfaces and play out in the weather, which he hasn't done for a few months, Patrick. He's played a little too much tennis, I think, and Andre Agassi is fresh. I kind of like the ball guy in this one.
The ball guy might have one more left in him this year, and Roger Federer, of course, playing so many matches, and now taking on Andre Agassi, who is just as fresh as can be, and he looks ahead to 2004 at the Australian Open, as they'll try to repeat there next year. But this year, it's all on the line. It's the Tennis Masters Cup. Agassi takes on Federer on night 1. By Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at mbusa.com, and in association with Lacoste, a proud partner of the Tennis Masters Cup. Welcome back, everyone, as this new setting for the Tennis Masters Cup. This is the first time we've had this event back in the United States since 1989. Of course, that time it was at Madison Square Garden in New York City, and a beautiful night. There is some talk that it may get cooler as the week goes on, but right now just perfect, Mary.
Their conditions are absolutely exquisite. The size of the stadium, to my mind, is perfect. 7,500 seats, not a bad one in the house. And Andre Agassi really likes it. He's been here since last Monday practicing. So he's had more practice on this court, and it's a green set court. He's 33 years old, this guy. He's played an awful lot of hardcourt tennis in his career, and he likes this thing. This thing, to him, it reminds him sort of the Australian Open surface, rebound ace. This is called green set, which is a court surface that normally you really only see indoors. But it's pretty slow, and he likes that.
Also, I think Mary takes a spin pretty harshly with the top spin and the slice, similar to what happens at the Australian Open. Roger Federer, just 22, and what a year he's had. Breakout year when you look at his Grand Slam record, of course, winning Wimbledon. He's won 6 titles this year.
On 3 different surfaces. Yep. He's just had, as you say, the breakout year that he's been looking for. Roger Federer has not beaten Andre in the 3 times that they have played.
It's about a year and a half since they played, Mayor. Last time was down in Miami in 2002. Federer to start.
Love 15.
How tough is it, Mary, to make the adjustment you talked about at the top of going from indoor conditions back outdoors?
I think it is tough, and I think, again, for Andre, that's no transition at all, because the last time he played was outdoors in New York at Flushing Meadows. But Roger Federer is used to playing indoors, where obviously there's all kinds of controls in terms of the weather, the lighting, the temperature, and he's used to a quicker court than this.
15.
This court is really brand new, and you know, every hard court takes a little bit of time to cure. And Federer was speaking to the fact that he thinks this court might have some funny bounces in it, and the court slants for drainage.
13,
Something that the players have got to get a little bit used to.
But every outdoor hard court does that to some degree.
Exactly. I thought he was being a little finicky.
Darren Cahill, Agassi's coach, been on board now for just about 2 years. 30-15.
14,
2 straight aces for Federer. Spoke to Darren Cahill earlier today, Mary. He told me that Andre didn't hit a ball for about 4 or 5 weeks after the U.S. Open. Rested himself, did some physical work with his trainer, Gil Reyes. That's some of the stuff we saw from Roger Federer on his way to winning Wimbledon this year. Beautiful serve volley play. First game to Federer. Here to cheer on 2 of their countrymen. Agassi to serve, second serve.
15.
Big question mark coming in about Nalbandian's fitness. No, he certainly answered some of that with his win today.
It's not 100%, he says, his wrist, but he didn't need to be 100% to beat Ferrero today.
This match, the first match in the red group. As we look at this replay, Federer just unloads on this forehand. Here's the red group. Roddick, Coria, Reiner, Schuttler, and Carlos Moyer. The blue group, of course, they played that one earlier today. Ferrero, Federer, Agassi, and Nalbandian. And certainly that is a much tougher group, Mary.
Oh, man.
15.
Two of the 4 Grand Slam champions this year in the same group. And a very nice jump on this first return game for Federer.
2 break points for Federer.
13.
Has Agassi played enough matches in his career, Mary, that even the long break, you know, he can handle that without having played any matches?
Well, it's a very fair question. I think what helps Agassi in this case, again, taking a huge break, 5 weeks off, and now his first match back. What helps him is his format. It's a round-robin format, so he's going to get to play his way into form if he hasn't got it now.
Can afford to lose one and still be in the hunt. Agassi saves a couple of break points, now has his own game point.
Advantage Agassi.
Little sluggish Agassi moving to that one. Back to deuce.
Advantage Federer.
Third break point. This crowd here in Houston has seen Agassi come and win the tournament this year that was played here on clay, the U.S. clay courts.
Underneath this green set court is a clay court, and it'll be torn up again, so the clays can be played here again next spring.
Talk about doing a lot for the game, Mary. Jim McInville, the owner of this place, putting this event together. We played a Davis Cup match here last year on grass, built a temporary stadium of over 7,000 seats for that one. Amazing. Another break point for Federer.
Federer.
6 unforced errors already from Andre Agassi, and he drops his serve. Looks like he's striking the ball cleanly. I just don't think he's yet moving quickly enough to the ball. He looks big to me, Patrick. Andre Agassi. I mean, he's got an especially tough upper body regime he's been using in all this time off. And he's carrying quite a bit of muscle there, quite a bit of heft.
Does a lot of weight training with his trainer Gil Reyes, and may very well be setting himself up to hit the courts more in December, get himself ready for the Australian, which he's dominated.
No kidding. I think one of the reasons why Agassi has been able to dominate down under in the last several years is because guys like Roger Federer, who have played so much ball, tend to take off in the weeks after the Masters Cup is over and just relax and have themselves a nice Christmas holiday and all that. That's when Agassi knuckles down and works, getting ready for the very hot Australian summer hard court season.
Agassi comes right back. Now he has 3 break points of his own. Federer has just played a ton of tennis since the U.S. Open, including going down to Australia for the Davis Cup semifinal, which Switzerland lost to Australia. Second serve. It goes long, so Agassi breaks right back at love. On serves, the Agassi fans out in full force. 2-1 Federer, opening match of the round robin. In case someone pulls out.
Mark Philippoussis ended last year at 33 in the world. This year he's ending it at 9. Great effort from him.
Coming back from a couple of knee surgeries as Mark Philippoussis was lost to this man, Roger Federer, in the Wimbledon final.
No, Philippoussis doesn't play the whole year as solidly as these two guys tend to do, but he spiked, especially at Wimbledon where he was in the final, beating Agassi on the way.
There's the versatility of Federer there, the slice, and then comes over this passing shot.
I count on Andre Agassi to continue to go to the backhand side of Federer when he's trying to get something done. He just feels like that side, there's just a smaller strike zone for Federer.
15 all.
He likes to move the shots around against that Federer backhand side. Show him different kinds of paces, different kinds of length of shot and height of ball. Draws an error from that
I think something you said there, Mary, the height really can give Federer some trouble on this, especially on that backhand side. And then Brad Gilbert told me today, Roddick's coach, Agassi's former coach, that the ball is really taking that bounce. And he wants to see his guy, Roddick, use that kick serve a lot. We'll see Roddick tomorrow night.
Don't get any dud matches at the Masters.
No, that's the nice thing about it, isn't it? 110 miles an hour on that last serve from Agassi.
It's a pretty grabby surface anyway, and that this court is brand new makes it even more so. It'll take the ball, you know, it'll take whatever spin you impart on the ball. It obeys your commands.
Agassi Agassi holds on, so from 2-love down, back even at 2 apiece. ESPN Original Entertainment's critically acclaimed drama Playmakers concludes Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time with the final episode. Every season has one defining moment. Don't miss it. Playmakers also available in stunning high definition on ESPN HD, your cable operator, DirecTV, or the Dish Network today.
Beautiful exchange there. Federer at net, but not in control. Had to make a great volley there just to stay around, but Agassi found the pocket.
Well, 15.
He's really going after that backhand, isn't he?
Aggressive forehand there. Mary, has there been anyone that you can remember in all your years
Take a swing at how old I am.
That can come back from long layoffs the way that Agassi can?
No.
Well, 30.
15-13.
We've seen it time and again from Andre in his long career. I mean, pretty much throwing away entire seasons at a certain point in some of these years. And that he took such a big break after the Open and is still in here with a chance says so much about his unassailable gifts.
Difference, of course, nowadays when he takes time off, he's hitting the gym, he's working out. There's Peter Lundgren, Federer's coach. Much different mentality to the Andre Agassi persona now.
Well, he knows he can't go away for anymore the way he used to. That's for sure.
Federer gets himself out of a love 30 hole with a couple of good serves. So he holds on. We're on serve in the opening set here at the Tennis Masters Cup. 3-2 Federer. Our fearless leader, Cliff Drysdale, still out in the West Coast covering the women's event. He'll join us tomorrow. Somehow, we might be able to manage, Mary, tonight. Not that we don't miss Cliffy.
Oh, desperately. But we're playing through the tears. Here's a beautifully struck backhand from Federer. And Agassi continues to play it there.
13-15.
30-15. And that's why he's staying away from that forehand there.
Oh, man.
13.
Just so much spin on that ball, Roger Federer. Incredible racket speed. Agassi controlling the center of the court there.
14-13.
Point like that, Mayor, is just the kind of point Agassi loves too, to get his rhythm going, find the range on his shots. Game point. Lazy looking return from Federer there. A comfortable hold for Andre Agassi. 3 games all.
And there's another example of Agassi mixing it up against the Federer backhand. I mean, he sort of kicked it up real high, just 81 miles an hour. And Federer just wasn't quite ready to hit a return, the return he needed.
Beautiful serve volley play from Federer.
15.
Moves into the net so quickly. Talk about the lack of play for Agassi, Mary, since the U.S. Open. Federer, meanwhile, goes to the Davis Cup in Australia, beats Philippoussis, loses to Hewitt, then plays Vienna, which he wins, takes out Moy in the finals. Then goes to Madrid, tennis masters event there, loses to Federer in the semis. In Basel, his hometown, where he's won there a couple of times, loses, gets upset by Ljubicic, second round. And then Paris, where he lost in the quarters to Henman. So,
well, again, that speaks to how much he was trying to finish the year at number one as well. I mean, Andre did that a couple of years ago too. Remember, he was just a little too pooped at the end.
remember that long run that Pete Sampras had when he finished that, when he was going for the record to finish number one 6 years in a row, and he just
crawled to that
pushed himself through.
That was a remarkable effort.
Oh, yes.
Federer's feet and hands so quick in this rally. Make the adjustments necessary with his feet to snap off this winning forehand.
Taking that ball right off the bounce.
Whew.
Saw that on the lawns of Wimbledon pretty often.
Yes.
He had Andy Roddick laughing at some of the shots he hit in that Wimbledon semifinal win. Agassi's counting on there, which has worked the 3 times they played, is a few sloppy mistakes like that one from Federer. Peter Lundgren, coach of Federer. Darren Cahill, Agassi's coach.
This return of Agassi has drifted a little bit. Federer would have liked a little more pace from Agassi. I think he expected it, which could be the reason why he just didn't quite make that one over the net.
And going behind Agassi successfully.
How beautiful is it? The timing on both these guys.
Yeah.
They take the ball so early, sweep over the ball so beautifully. It's beautiful stuff.
Nice way to get things started here in Houston. Decidedly pro Agassi crowd here. Back to deuce.
I think Federer likes these kind of conditions. I mean, the times we've seen him play his best tennis are on the big occasions, or in Davis Cup when people are screaming either for him or against him. He likes this atmosphere.
He'd won 30-some sets in Davis Cup singles before his loss to Leighton Hewitt in Australia back in September. So Federer holds on 4-3, first set at the Masters Cup. And what a cast of characters he had perform at his event was to see Agassi's serve profile. 70% of first serve percentage.
15.
It's Agassi's first ace.
Andre has raised more money than any other professional athlete in history.
Amazing. That's Sheryl Crow, Billy Joel, Sir Elton John, Dennis Miller, Robin Williams, amongst others. And he takes his commitment to that about as seriously as he takes his commitment to the game of tennis.
Oh, he does. And he makes so many personal phone calls to get people there, raise awareness. Just great effort. Very nice movement from Roger Federer to take charge of this round stroke rally, find a deep corner.
Oh, what a shot there.
Well, Federer certainly has to know that Agassi's going to be working over this backhand side. Took the initiative there. Decided to break open the point.
How about the balance there, Mary? Wow, on the dead run. A big point here at 3-4, 30 all. Each player has broken serve once. Oof. Ugly looking return there.
14.
Agassi holds on 4 games all. First set. And tomorrow we continue our coverage at 2 o'clock Eastern time at the Tennis Masters. Guillermo Portia take on Rainer Schittler of Germany. It'll be live coverage at 2 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. Excuse me, on ESPN. On ESPN2 for the night match tomorrow night at 11 o'clock Eastern.
Beautiful belly button volley Federer had to come up with here. He just came right into that return and still steered it for the winner.
Looks like he's getting his legs under him pretty quickly, Mary.
Yep. 15. Defensive volley gives Agassi the chance to find the opening spot.
15 all.
13.
Beautiful.
Ace number 5. Federer having a lot of success, not surprisingly, when he gets that first serve in, 75%. Only 33% on the second serve points. Oh, the genius of Federer.
40-15.
That is just scary.
That's the kind of stuff that had Roddick howling
Yeah.
at Wimbledon. I mean, that's just like, oh,
It's exhibition tennis, but
Yeah,
he does it in
exactly.
the biggest events of the year.
that's so pretty. Agassi attacked off the backhand side and then attacked positionally. And that ball took a little bit of a funny skid, I think.
That skidded, didn't it? It stayed
Yeah.
real low.
Again, there could still be some quirky little bounces on this brand new court.
Game point Federer. Agassi fights his way back to deuce. Federer going to the towel, realizing the importance of these points coming up.
Advantage Federer.
A little extra on that second serve, 100 miles an hour. So Federer holds on. Agassi will be serving to stay in this first step. 5-4 Federer. Number one, take a hit. Andy Roddick, the leader coming into this event in the champions race. And he is in the driver's seat.
This guy, number 3.
Yeah, and he has to have a lot of things happen. Roddick has got to lose all of his matches for Federer to have a chance, and Federer has to go undefeated. Agassi, meanwhile, the only player in the field to have won this event before, and that was 13 years ago.
That's sick.
1990.
Beat Stefan Edberg back then in the final.
Yeah, serve profile for Agassi, 62%. Mixing his serves up well, though. It just amazes me, Mary, that this guy can come out having not played a competitive match since the U.S. Open and play this kind of tennis.
30-15.
Unbelievable. Top 2 players from each group will advance to the semifinals. Number 1 player in the blue group will take on the number 2 player in the red group, and vice versa. The winners advancing to the championship match on Sunday. We will have it all for you on here on ESPN2 and on ESPN. Agassi with a come on of his own. 5 games all, first set. A break of serve early for both players, but back on serve now. Here's the red group. Roddick, the favorite there with Coria, Schuttler, and Moya. Ferrero, Federer, Agassi, all 3 Grand Slam champs this year. And Nalbandian, who's been just a personal nemesis of Roger Federer.
5-0.
Amazing.
Against Federer.
That I can't figure out.
Federer claims that Nalbandian, the man who took him out of this year's U.S. Open, plays contra tennis. That's what he calls it. I love that expression.
15 over.
David Nalbandian is so consistent off the ground. Doesn't give Federer a lot to attack. And Federer likes a guy who gives him targets, you know, who makes him come up with plays.
Oof.
15
Miss hit that second serve. First double for Federer. 15-30 at 5 games apiece.
Let's assist.
Turn.
It's a 96-mile-an-hour serve with a little bit of kick to it, but Agassi didn't let it kick up at all. He took it so early, and that's how he found that preposterous angle.
Exactly what it was. Another break point for Agassi, his second. Federer, how badly does he need that first serve, Mary? He's winning now just 29% on the second serve. That's 5 out of 17. And he's got to hit that second. Break point.
Anytime Agassi has a crack at it, has a look, it really irritates him when he misses it.
Tried to go right through Federer there. Oh, missed it. Agassi is keeping Federer on the run. Federer taking plenty of time. He goes to the towel.
Federer would love a first serve, maybe wide, that he can come in behind.
Third break point denied in this game. Back to deuce. Oh, he held that, didn't he? Looked like he was going to try the drop shot. Just at the last second, he pokes it deep. Game point. Can't give Agassi another look.
Agassi.
Again, Federer taking a long restorative walk.
Fourth break point of this game. He needs to restore some first serves. That's what's killing him here. And Agassi just relentless off the ground, and the crowd on their feet here in Houston. First match in the blue group serving for the first set. 62% first serve. Biggest difference between the two is that Agassi is backing up his second serve so well.
Love
Of course, I jinxed him with that one, his second double, but he's winning 64% of his second serve points. Federer just 29%.
Right, and Agassi's got 2 breaks against Federer's one. That double fault is only Agassi's 8th unforced error against 20 from Federer. He's putting up some beautiful numbers.
Love 30.
He's been able, for the most part, Mary, to keep Federer on the run throughout the baseline rallies. And wearing him down with a lot of body blows. Oh boy, that's a right uppercut there.
It's a pretty nice looking serve. 105 going away, and Federer was right there for it. This to take us into a tiebreak.
3 break points. And what Andre Agassi will beat himself up about if he loses this first set would be that double fault.
Oh, yeah.
Because we always say, oh, you love to win that first point when you're serving for the set.
Federer's volley killed him on that point. Agassi got an early leg up on the shot.
Agassi taking a little bit off that first serve. Get himself quickly in control of the point with the forehand. 2-love tiebreak. Hits the forehand. It's been a few years, Mary, where Agassi's come into this event with just a lack of interest the last couple of years, but not this year. He looks very, very focused and determined.
I think, again, unlike his opponent, there wasn't a race for #1 for Agassi. So he allowed himself to take time off, to enjoy himself, and then to train for this big event. 33, he's the freshest horse out here.
Loose forehands now from Federer. That's his 22nd unforced error this first set, and it gives Agassi a 4-love lead.
Looks a little slappy, Federer in this tiebreak. moving quite enough. I don't really think it is his swing. I think he's just kind of slapping at some of these shots.
Agassi has not been in as often as Federer to the net, but boy, has he been effective. 8 out of 10. And he's come forward. And now a whole bunch of set points.
An opening night match here that would be any other tennis promoter's dream final.
Yep.
And bear in mind that of the 8 in this Tennis Masters Cup, the top 8 players, Andre Agassi is an average of 10 years older than everyone else.
5 players of the 8 under 23. And the other 2 guys in their mid-20s, Moy and Schittler, 26 and 27. It is amazing when you think back to him going toe-to-toe with Edberg and with Becker, and now here he is.
McEnroe Lendl.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go further back. He played Connors.
Played my brother in the semis at Wimbledon.
Sure did.
6-2.
It's been through a few generations. Federer saves 2. The machine went off by mistake there. Cyclops that calls the service lines. Gil Reyes to the right of your screen. Mentor, confidant, trainer, advisor, you name it. That's best friend, father figure, all the roles he plays with this man. And Agassi, incredibly playing at this level of tennis when you consider that the last ball he struck was against Juan Carlos Ferrero at the US Open semifinal. But he wins the opening set against the Wimbledon champ Roger Federer. Agassi in the tiebreak.